what did you make of the assessment of Vladimir Putin at the Intelligence Committee testimony today that we just heard about? Even though he's talking about nuclear weapons in this way, his actions do not indicate any actual change.
The big question, Lawrence, is whether this was an epic bluff, whether it reflected Russia's weakness rather than its strength. But the challenge for Putin right now is that he is not doing well in Ukraine. And if he's going to try to seize the country, the danger is he's going to try things that are unconventional, unexpected, as his invasion was. The world has been much safer over the last 30 years as the number of nuclear weapons has declined by 80%. The problem is that Russia today has more nuclear weapons than any other country, 6,000 of them, of the 13,000 on Earth. Controlled by 9 different countries. And given that Putin has been irrational, there is a lot of discussion in Washington about what if the kind of thing we never thought was imaginable again because of mutual deterrence actually could be on the table again. And so that's put the subject of the bomb back into the kind of lexicon, the dialogue, the debate about securing not only America's security, but securing the position of the West against a man who has defied the world in terms of his aggression.
It seems that it leaves President Biden as the first president, possibly since President Kennedy, who has to now seriously consider the possibility of some kind of nuclear possibility with Russia. And I say President Kennedy because after the Cuban Missile Crisis, where there was a successful outcome, and that outcome was based on the mutual belief in mutually assured destruction, it felt like from the outside that the lesson was learned and the leaders of each country knew they could never let it come that close again.
Absolutely. And I think that's what has kind of electrified the foreign policy debate about where is Russia headed, what might it try. Now, the Biden administration has responded very coolly to this. It's not taken Russia's bait. Officials have come out and said that the United States is very comfortable and very secure in its nuclear posture. And that, I think, has lowered somewhat the temperature and the kind of early hysteria about what might Russia do. But the fact is, this is back on the table at a time that the nuclear order in general around the world is, in the words of the Arms Control Association, in chaos. You have many of the arms control treaties that have either been abandoned or are toothless. You have China in what the intelligence community estimates to be in a race to get up to 1,000 nuclear bombs by the year 2030. India and Pakistan are in an arms race. We're on the precipice of determining whether Iran moves forward on its nuclear program or whether the world can ensure that it doesn't move there anytime soon. So there is a lot of concern, not just about what Russia and what Putin are threatening or what kind of alarm bells they're ringing. It's really about the issue of nuclear arms in general, which not a lot of Americans have paid attention to because we've taken for granted that that there would be no challenge that we had this under control.